country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
OMG! Happy Tuesday, fam! Welcome. My name is Megan. You might know me as MeggyMoo32. So go ahead and drop those potatoes in the chat, my friends, if you're excited about tonight. Tonight, we're watching President Trump's address to Congress live, and you already know the left is about to lose their freaking minds over every word he says. And will he get fiery gloves off, or will Trump actually play it safe tonight? Who knows? Either way, we're here to break it all down in real time. No spin, no nonsense, and definitely no woke talking points. Absolutely not. So what can we expect tonight? Live reactions and analysis from yours truly and the boys, because we don't just sit back and watch. We actually call it out as it happens. The media's meltdown, because we know it's going to happen. You already know CNN and MSNBC will be clutching their pearls. And the takeaways that actually matter, what's next for Trump during his term, and the future of America. So drop your thoughts in the chat. Let's make this a conversation. Do you think Trump's going to come out swinging tonight, or will he take a more measured approach? And before we get started, please make sure to like this live stream. It's free. It's free. Get out of the chat, hit the like. Make sure you're following the channel, of course. Follow Dear America, follow all of our amazing creators, and share the stream, because the more people that hear the truth, the better. And all right, folks, it's time to grab your popcorn. I hear all the boys munching in the background. And check the description of this live stream for a link to play bingo with us tonight. And get ready for some unfiltered, unapologetic America First coverage as we get ready to see what Trump's got in store for us tonight. So let's bring in the boys you all know and love. We know him as the Patriot Cowboy, the man with the eyes. And he's got a way with words, but he comes with spurs. I dub thee Cowboy Shakespeare. Chad Prather is here.
Wow. Hello.
I don't know if I'm coming or going after that.
I had to channel my Chad for these. I did.
It's a good little intro.
I know.
We'll fact check it later. I'm curious to know, Megan, you know, I heard that all the Democrat females, women, I don't know if they know how to define women, they are all dressing in pink in order to talk about women's rights, but every single one of them in the Senate on the Democrat side voted that to block a bill that would keep boys, biological males, out of women's sports. So the hypocrisy is astounding, and I think we're going to see a lot of it tonight.
Yeah, we are, and they still can't even define what a woman is, but,
No,
you know.
I can, though.
You can? Well, I'm glad that you can. I know that you can. And of course, everyone's favorite, who's got the eyes that Chad dreams of. The one that keeps us on our feet and should be on a pull-out poster in Tiger Beat. Have no fear, producer Royce is here.
What? That was hilarious. And just for the record, Chad definitely dreams about my eyes because he talks about them every single day. So.
I know.
That's right.
I wasn't
Undeniable
going to
truth,
comment on
Chad.
your eyes because your wife. Respect.
That's true. And you're the only girl in the stream, which is crazy. We need to get more women on this live stream.
Yeah.
But I got my popcorn, I got my Dr. Pepper, and I'm ready for tonight.
Let's go. And a man who needs no introduction, only a disclaimer and a mute button. My brother from another mother, whose mouth needs a mod, and everyone's favorite redneck. It's Hotsy Todd.
That's true. That is true. And just to say, I'm already seeing the Peckerwood Trent in the chat right now.
Oh, God.
Dude, how many times do you have to get owned in one day? Shoot. Go away.
I think Trent came back to try to claim some mineral rights, but the only mineral he's going to get is these nuts.
That's right.
Zip it.
Zip it. Okay, I'm going to try this. And Tony, you can correct me. El miedo es el camino a la oscuro. With humor and grace, he keeps us in place. Our Yoda of Dear America, it's Mexican Tony.
Megan, I have no idea what you just said. I was like, what the heck did you say?
I tried my best. It was
But
supposed
you
to
did
be.
fantastic. Your accent was great, but you were speaking gibberish to me. But
Yeah.
that's awesome. But good.
Try,
You
can,
get an A-
hey,
you get an A for
Megan,
effort.
try it again slower. Let's see if we if
Well,
you can
it's
decipher
supposed to
it.
be fear is the path to the dark side.
Oh yeah, I don't speak blasphemous stuff, so I don't know what you're saying. So.
He doesn't
from-
understand the Star
from
Wars.
Star
He
Wars.
doesn't. He's not gonna get it.
That's okay. I tried and
Star
failed.
Wars? What are you talking about? I'm not as nerdy as you and Megan are, Todd. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking of nerds, he's a new face to the Dear America family who's bringing all the heat. My emo brother in Christ. Welcome from I Came With Fire, Brandon.
What's up? It's not just a phase, Mom. It's
It's
like this
not.
forever, guys. What's up, y'all? I'm Brandon. I Came With Fire podcast. I'm really happy to be here. You know, I'm normally not a big fan of State of the Union addresses because I do think that they are a bit of the pomp and circumstance. This whole thing used to be a letter, if you guys didn't know, the State of the Union. But I'm glad to be here with you fine people.
Well, this technically isn't the State of the Union. Technically,
It's true.
but it's the
You're
same
right,
vibe.
but
It's the same vibe.
That is a great point. That the State of the Union was written as a letter. A little piece of
was.
trivia for folks who don't know.
I did not know
right.
that.
And they still write it as a speech, as a letter that is turned into the Congress, which you remember a few years ago, notoriously when Nancy Pelosi tore up said letter, which makes her
That's right.
act of defiance even more significant.
Yeah, learning has occurred.
Yes.
You're
and
welcome, you know?
you guys, you didn't dress for the occasion. Do you guys even wear suits
No,
to the State of the Union?
no, I don't wear suits.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yes, it's Party Foul Steve.
Was that a party foul? on
Save
your
the best for last.
That's
Save the best for
right.
last. I got the popcorn. I got the leftover Christmas
And the
popcorn.
button. He's got the button.
It's a little stale. I've got the Trump button on.
Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes.
We got separated pop.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Bye, Royce. That's a nice. That's a
Getting
Trump
nuked
face
already.
right there. That's a Trump.
it is a
face.
Trump face.
you go.
Actually,
Headroom.
before we dive into some discussion, I have a short game that I wanted to play with you guys because we are missing out on the nostalgic fun tonight for On the Subject. So I came up with a game for the guys. I sent everyone except Party Foul Steve because I didn't have your number. But if you want to give it to me, hey.
Hey.
Oh snap!
I sent you all a movie quote.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I sent you all a movie quote. So here's what you got. You guys have to read the quote in your best Trump impression, but you also have to Trumpify
I like it.
the quote. And the chat is going to determine the winner.
Well, Royce is gonna win. He practices every day.
Dude, my
This
Trump
is easy.
Yeah.
You never know.
Royce. Needs
All right,
to,
Megan, you go first.
You need to
No,
switch
this is
Royce's
for you
voice.
guys.
He needs to do somebody else because he does Trump every day.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't-
I'm
wait,
doing this. I'm
I
doing
didn't
it.
get it. I didn't
Yes,
get the
you
message.
did.
No,
I texted
didn't.
it to you.
You texted it to the wrong person. I didn't get it.
No. It says delivered and read at 6:35.
Come on, bro.
Why are you lying, Todd?
Dude, receipts. Read receipts.
Why are you
telling-
lying?
How many
I'm
beers
telling
have
right
you
now,
had?
I ain't got it.
Well, I'll send it on Signal.
Thank
but
you.
whoever wants to go first, be my guest.
Oh man.
Oh, the pressure
All
of an
right, so we have to
impression.
do it in Trump's voice. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tony,
This
you got
ought to
it.
be fun.
You got it,
No,
Tony.
I'm not going first. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm. No, you guys go first.
Come on. All right, Party Foul Steve, you're up.
He didn't get one.
What was the task?
Oh my
I didn't
gosh,
get
you're
one.
right.
It's the biggest speech ever. I
You
can't
go,
do Trump.
Chad.
You sound like a
Chad,
New
you
Yorker.
start it.
Yeah,
I thought
I mean,
he's from New York, right?
he is from New York.
true.
Chad is in the hot seat now.
That's it. I've had it with this dump. We've got no food. We've got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Perfect.
So good.
Oh, geez.
We got worms.
We got worms.
got
Okay,
worms.
okay.
Todd.
Very nice.
What?
You're up.
Me? Oh, Hold up. I'm trying to figure out.
I've
what movie
never
it's
heard
from.
Todd do a Trump
That's
impression.
because
so
he
I'm
can't. Have you
excited.
heard
Mine
this
sucks.
accent? I mean, damn.
When I was
You
young
don't
with
want to.
COVID.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel.
I thought
So
mine was
long,
bad.
And that's from Pee Wee Herman.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so
I'm a
good.
loner, Daddy, a rebel.
All right, Tony, you want to go?
Go ahead. I'm still preparing myself mentally. Go ahead, boys.
Oh,
You
okay.
just blow
No,
us
no,
out
no.
of the
I'll
water.
go last. I'll go last because I'm excited to do it.
All right.
All right, pop me up.
All right, here we go.
I see it in your eyes, the beautiful eyes. The same fear, but I don't fear, that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it'll never fail. When we forsake our friends, what friends? We have no allies. And break all bonds of fellowship. Maybe NATO, I don't know, if they want to play games. But it is not this day, the State of the Union. Not this day.
You gonna give them an offer they can't refuse?
You got a
Make 'em an offer.
What? What?
That was
What
more
movie was that, man?
Godfather. That was
Was
Yeah, I
it?
don't know
Godfather.
what my movie
I don't know.
is.
No.
Dude, the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, guys.
Yep.
Yes.
He and I said that to Brandon. He immediately sent me a gif. I was like, "This is why we are friends."
Classic.
That's amazing.
All right, Tony, it's now or never, bro.
I guess I'll go. Let's see. So these are all movie. You gave us all movie lines. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Let me move my little Trump out of the way.
You were about
Can't
to
see
go.
this.
You know, I have one simple request. I'm doing it in Spanish also. And that is to have
Sound
sharks
like
with
Groove.
freaking lasers. Laser beams attached to their head. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you to all. Thank you. Gracias.
Oh, it's Mexican
so
Trump.
great.
Mexican Trump right there.
Oh my
Boom.
god. So that was a Dr. Evil quote when he's like, "All I want is sharks with laser beams attached to their heads."
heads. I love
Okay,
it.
Royce.
All right, let me do mine.
And here's the winner.
I don't know what mine's from. I have to say, but you can tell me. Remember, kid, I like kids. Not like Joe Biden likes kids, but remember, kid, there's heroes and there's losers. I mean, legends. Somewhat different. We like legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Like me, I'll never die. I'm a legend. Everybody likes legends, and
Easy
I'm the
win.
best of them all.
This is so easy.
Easy.
Follow your heart, kid, and you'll never grow wrong. I've never been wrong. I'll never be wrong. Your favorite president, Donald J. Trump.
You don't know what movie that's from?
I
No,
know,
no.
that's crazy.
That's the Sandlot.
Sandlot.
So the
Oh, is
reason-
it?
Yeah.
I know the
Sandlot,
Sandlot.
dude.
And the reason why I
Apparently not.
picked it is because Royce looks like Jimmy from Sandlot.
He does.
Classic. You got your
my
PF flyers
God,
on,
he
dude?
does, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I get told I look like so many different people. I don't understand.
Okay. Chat, who wins?
No, there's no doubt. No doubt. The warden took that one hands down.
Yep.
Trump
mean,
wins.
I had
Trump
the best-
always wins.
Yep.
I had one pulled
Royce
up
has
for
his
myself,
voice
but
on.
I'm horrible at
No,
Trump.
we
Oh,
gotta
no,
hear
you
it.
gotta-
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No,
You made
no,
all of us do it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Daddy's the litigator. Those are the scariest kind of lawyers. The scariest, I tell you. Even Lucy I made is terrified of him. And Daddy's so good, he gets it. Daddy Trump, $500 an hour to fight with people. And he fights well. He's the best fighter. But he fights with me for free because I'm his daughter.
Oh, of course, you pick a line from Clueless. Of course you do.
I sound more like Fauci when I do
Hey,
it.
hey, I'm seeing a lot of Tonys in the chat.
Senator
I think
Paul.
Tony actually won this one, according to
You
the.
can't beat Mexi
No,
Trump
Tony
there.
definitely.
Mexican
Mexi
Trump.
Trump. Yep.
That's a hard one.
Yep.
That's tough.
We
I
gotta
don't
do
know.
it.
Everyone's saying
We
Tony.
have, we have to do the little dance there. Look at that.
Trump.
See? Little Trump.
Trumpa.
Little
Put the
Trump.
little.
Trumpa.
I think Tony wins.
Yeah?
He did.
No?
I think Tony
Little
wins.
clap
It
for
was
Mexican
almost
Tony.
unanimous.
Good job, Tony.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We'll take it all the way to the bank. Thank you.
Lovely. So it looks like we've got about 15 minutes before it starts, and I was just gonna go through everybody. So Chad, what do you expect to hear tonight from Trump, and what are you hoping to hear?
Well, I think that in all seriousness, I think there will be a lot of him talking about the first 2 months of accomplishments, the Doge, the border. Those are really the two big ones, right? There will be some hyperbole and a little bit of exaggeration on things that he intends to do, and he's going to say it like he's already doing it. But I think we might have a few surprises that'll come out, and he'll tell everybody how he's everybody's favorite president. I don't know if you know this or not, but he is.
Yes.
So it'll be good. It'll be interesting to see. I think that man, this is a veritable who's who in the audience there in the gallery. There's Riley Gaines and Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro.
Oh, wow.
I know David Harris Jr. is there. I know that because I heard from him today.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Yeah. What about you, Brandon?
Well, we're definitely going to hear about Zelensky, I think, and the new tariffs that have coming down for Canada. Both Trudeau and Pierre Poilievre had statements today, very critical, obviously, of the new tariffs. So he's definitely going to talk about that. But I think he definitely needs to, sorry, Chad, but address the Epstein thing. I think he needs to say something, but I think it's well-deserved for everybody because that was part of his running campaign. But those are the things I know we'll hear about and probably hear a little bit more about Europe.
Nice. Tony?
Specifically stepping up.
What I think we're gonna see and what I want to see are all the Democrats get up and walk out of there, and Trump just troll all of them, just calling them all losers and just like look at all these idiots walking out. I mean, just trolling them all. That's what I want to see. Honestly, anything could come out of Trump's mouth, and we know that, and we know that he's been doing a great job these last 45 days. But what I want to see and what we're gonna see are gonna be two different things.
Yeah. What about you, Party Foul Steve?
It's what we're not going to see or hear. We're not going to hear Joe Biden's name at all. He might say the other guy, but
The other guy.
but he's not going to He's not going to say his name out loud.
He's like Voldemort,
Yeah.
the one who shall not be named.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Don't say his name three
Yeah, 'cause
times.
he'll come back.
You know who will show up in the chat. Todd.
I think you're going to have a moment during this speech that we've never seen ever. I think the Democrats are so epitardic right now that somebody is going to do something ridiculously stupid to try to take the headline away from Trump. And I think whoever said it is Tony. I think Tony's right. I think Trump will stop mid-speech and lay the hammer down. With Trump, I'll be honest, I said this on my show, I don't know. Because Trump plays chess like most of us play checkers. And I think he's got some stuff in his pocket that we don't even know that's coming at this point. I want to hear a little bit about NATO with us spending $890 billion, and that's, everybody else combined. I want to hear Epstein. I'm still all over this right now. I want to hear. I'm tired of hearing transparency. I want to hear what we're doing. But I think you're going to have a couple surprises that none of us saw coming, period. And then you're going to have Wanda from In Living Color giving her play-by-play later on.
What about you, Royce?
Well, I'm very excited to see that play-by-play from Wanda afterwards. There's Elon Musk on the screen, as you can see now. Everybody is in attendance. I agree with what everybody has said that he's going to bring up, and I definitely agree with Todd in his point that there's going to be some hecklers. There's going to be some people that try to disrupt what Trump is saying while he's saying it. But I also think in terms of topics, he's going to talk about tariffs in Canada. I think he's going to bring up Greenland as well, because I think that that's a very strong move for America. And what better place to bring up something like that than in front of Congress and the Senate and everybody who can help make that happen. So I think he's going to talk about Greenland and why it's so important. I think he's going to talk about Canada and continuing these tariffs and how America needs to stay strong, fear through strength, and we need to uphold that and his plan to do so.
Yeah.
Well, the one good thing is the speech ain't going to get written up because you're going to have Johnson and JD back there.
No Nancy Pelosi standing back there being like, to rip it all up.
with her little clap that she did.
And her Ukrainian flag.
And her dentures falling out. It's interesting to hear that some people from the Daily Wire are there. I didn't know that they were going to be there.
Yeah, Matt's there. Ben is there. I don't know who else. I've seen them. Elon is in a suit, looking sharp.
And
I'd
a
love
tie.
to know.
That's amazing.
That's a good-looking
Yellow.
tie. It's hard to find a good, nice, wide tie anymore. I'd love to know what that tie cost.
Probably as much as a Tesla.
house.
I mean, you know, little State of the Union, a joint session of Congress addresses from the president. Memories that I have is when Doug Emhoff and Jill Biden basically tonsil kissed each other. There's a lot of blue and yellow in the room. There's a lot of Ukrainian flag colors, and of course, Nancy Pelosi has her cane wrapped in a scarf in Ukraine colors.
Of course.
You know, I was talking with Kevin while we were eating dinner earlier, and that whole exchange the other day with Zelensky was like Christmas morning to mainstream media. It was just their icing on the cake with sprinkles, cherry, chocolate syrup for them to have to pump more TDS and, you know, cry libs cry out to their sheeples that still watch their programs. And they were just sitting and waiting for a moment to pounce on for Trump to look bad. I don't think he looked bad. I thought he looked like a strong leader. Do you think that he's going to address that tonight at all?
It looks like Speaker Johnson is speaking right now if we want to bring this up.
Minnesota, Mr. Emmer. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. McClain. The gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Hudson.
Oh, is he just calling
The
out?
gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr.
Do a roll
Reschenthaler.
call.
The gentleman from
roll
Utah,
call?
Mr.
All right.
Moore. The gentlewoman.
We don't need that. We don't need roll call.
I think it's awesome that Antifa, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Antifa tried to block the president's motorcade, but the Secret Service outmaneuvered them with a decoy.
So, real
Idiots.
quick off the top of your heads, let's
Very
start
ballsy.
with let Brandon answer first. How long do you think this speech goes?
Oh, God.
I'm thinking it goes at least 2 hours.
Tony?
Trump can riff.
I hope it goes 45 minutes because we know how long-winded he is, but, you know, we all like to hear President Trump speak, but he repeats himself over and over and over again.
Yeah, he does do
if he
that.
can just, I mean, love the guy, great president, but, you know, he you know what I mean. He talks a lot.
Royce, what do you think?
Hour and
of
a half.
speech. Hour and a half.
Hour and a half minimum. He'll probably get to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably. But I think an hour and a half is
Todd?
what he's aiming for.
And 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Dang, that's precise.
So precise.
And,
Todd's a time
Party
traveler.
foul, Steve, how long do you think?
I think closer to 2 than 1 for sure.
Okay, we're playing the over-under. What about it, Megan?
I'm going to go an hour and 3 minutes.
I'm gonna
kinda
agree
short.
with who was it? Todd? No, Royce said hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think an hour and a half. I think Trump goes longer when he has an audience that's in his hand. A lot of this is going to get interrupted by both applause and a lot of boos, and there will be some outbreaks and there will be some disruptions that are in there. Hopefully, that there will be some level of solemn demeanor in here for this. I mean, we are a country that is on the verge of some very serious things if not handled correctly. And there needs to be some, there needs to be some serious attitudes in this whole thing.
I have a question real quick before we move on. To your point, Todd, and to you also, Megan. Why was Antifa not allowed? But if they're blocking Trump's motorcade, isn't that considered terrorism and an attack on our president? Why weren't they gunned down? I mean, I don't understand if they're trying to block our president from getting anywhere. Why are they not suffering consequences?
That's my
Well,
question.
I have to admit, as I was reading that tweet, I was hoping that it said it was stopped by a minigun, but unfortunately, it was a decoy.
I mean, that's what I'm
think-
saying. I mean,
I
if
think
you make
Trump
an example
might
of
be
him,
walking in soon. Just FYI, you know, if he does start walking in, I'll just unmute it.
One good thing is
Everybody's
AOC
standing up.
AOC's not there, so hallelujah.
She's
Oh,
too
man.
busy making crappy drinks at the bar.
How many of the? I mean, you know, you wouldn't think that people this old and geriatric would vote against taxes on Social Security, but every Democrat in the room voted against paying taxes on Social Security.
I think it's a virtue
They've got
signal.
insider trading.
Or
to
they
help them out.
voted for paying taxes on Social Security, I
Yeah,
should
they
say.
voted for paying taxes on tips.
Whoa.
Also,
Yeah, but these old people ain't working
Hey,
for tips.
Chad, do you know Bo London?
Yeah,
How much can we trust him?
he's great.
Well,
That was
he's saying that he's hearing that people are plotting to throw eggs at the president during his speech. Please, God, let that happen, and let Secret Service throw back bullets, please.
Oh man.
That would be wild.
I told you,
Yeah.
man. If that happens, I'm my bingo card is full. Like I called it.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull up my bingo card. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, I forgot for a second.
The link to the bingo card is in the description of the live stream. So if you want to play bingo with us, go to the description, open that link, and
I wasn't told, Megan. Why didn't anybody tell me?
I'm telling you now, Tony.
Generate.
You know what
my
Trump
bingo
should bring
card.
up? He should bring up the recruitment wins in the military.
Here, I'll send it to you.
Since he's
Hey, that's
gotten
a-
to
that's a
office.
great
It's a
point,
very good
Brandon.
point. It's a very, very good point.
Wow.
It's a lot to stand
I'm
on.
gonna
We got
minimize my
walking in.
bingo card.
Horrible people.
Horrible people.
Horrible people. They're all fat.
Let's see. I'm
right,
sending
yep.
it to you.
I got the bingo card ready, y'all. I'm actually really excited about this.
People muy horrible.
What do we win if we get bingo? What do we win? Megan, what are you gonna give me?
Megan's gonna give us $1 million.
$1 million.
$1
No, she can't do that.
million dollar.
You get bragging
$1
rights.
million.
I don't know. We win. I'll find you one of those Trump pens if you win.
Hey,
A
before this,
lifetime supply of air.
Accept. I'll accept.
yeah, before this starts, I have to read this. We literally just got a $200 donation earlier.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got a $200 donation in the chat. It's from Iva Todd 87. It says,
Wow.
Tony, I feel like you're having that dream a week or so ago, was to push the strength of your faith for what you had to go through this week. Should give you hope
Yeah.
that there is something after.
Yeah,
Amen.
I answered that person that sent that donation. I said the same kind of thing to my siblings because we were all having a very emotional time, and I had only shared that dream with one of my older brothers and my mom, and my mom happened to share the dream, and my brother shared that dream with everybody when this whole thing was happening with my sister. And I just happened to remind everybody, I think that dream that I had he kind of spoke to me in a way how I took it was so he can be there supporting, caressing me, just to know that he's there for all of us when tough times like this happen, because obviously we all know God has a plan for us all, and we know that everything he does is in a way that, and I said this earlier on the show, that he gives us all everything we can handle, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. He knows that everything that's coming, and he knows what we need and what we don't need. And I think he gave me that dream, or he had me share that dream, and he blessed me with that dream in a way where he was preparing me for what to come. And I have so much love for that he chose me to have that dream and to be able to support and think back on that dream now, because it's giving me comfort, honestly. It's
That's
giving
amazing.
me, it's just it's just awesome to think that, all that stuff, with all the stuff going on in my life, I can just look back on it and say, but all this is going on, but I remember 7-8 days ago I had this dream with Jesus, and it's giving me comfort.
That's amazing, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Your faith and your heart are so strong, and it inspires me because tomorrow marks the 16th year of my brother's death.
Oh my goodness.
So we're all praying for you, and
Thank you. I
through this.
appreciate it. Back at you, Megan.
Yeah, I'll, man, dang, I don't even know how you even speak after that. I'll read the rest of these real quick so we don't forget about them. Awakened All Day sent $5 and just says y'all win. Thank you for that, brother. Tiger Lily, hey, I haven't been able to watch Dear America Live. So glad I was able to catch this live stream, learning new software. So I plan school around this. God bless, and prayers for you, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. You guys are all awesome. You guys are my extended family. I love all you guys.
All right, John Henry Jr., what's up, y'all? I'm here for the show. Todd, I'm gonna call in tomorrow if you're still alive when I leave work at 3:30 Mountain. I don't even know what time 3:30 is Mountain on my time.
2:30.
Okay. I'm telling you, man.
Got
Ask
you, bro.
Kendra. I am the worst at time zones. I'm
We're here
god
for you,
awful.
dude.
I know. Thank y'all. Now
Already
take your
found
shoes
it's hot
off.
up here.
Tell me again what the women wear. I guess it's women wearing pink. What?
Oh,
Pep-
women. Yeah. The
Pepto Abysmal.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what they
for women's rights.
Let me just tell you,
like,
I stand in solidarity with the women.
There
Okay.
you go. I mean,
Yeah.
is this
Oh,
for the
there it
trans
is.
for the
Yes.
trans athletes?
Bro.
Love it.
I stand in solidarity with trans women.
Yeah, CFAM 54 puppy $10. You all are amazing. Thank
Aw,
you, CFAM.
thank you.
Chad, you look like an upside down cow nipple.
You mean an udder? It has a name.
Eats guts. It's a cow nipple. The mine has a cow.
We always talk about how ridiculous this whole like men and women's sports thing is, but the fact that so many voted against the ban of that today is it's just
Sad, right?
Yeah.
it's sad, it's disturbing, it's concerning, and it's just they have no idea what a woman is. They have no idea the effects and the impact this is going to have on young women everywhere that play sports. And it just makes me sick because I was an athlete. I played softball for 12 years, and I couldn't even imagine working that hard my entire childhood up until I was 18 years old to have that stripped away from me.
Yeah,
I encourage everybody to go back. If you didn't catch my show today, Chad Prather's show, go back and watch it. In my opening 2-minute monologue about this, I thought was reasonably good.
Every opening monologue is amazing. I go ahead, Chad.
No, I was just going to say it's disconcerting to me how little people care about women in the live chat when they are calling it cow nipples and udders, and this how quickly they have forgotten the Me Too movement, how quickly they have forgotten our march against misogyny.
Royce, are you HR too?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you HR too? You're
It's like,
producer in
when I
HR?
was on the Blaze
Yes,
Network,
yes,
I used
HR.
to say all the time, people would say, Chad, you're an HR nightmare. I said, well, at the Blaze, we don't have HR, but we do have legal.
Most everybody in this stream today is an HR nightmare, but it's all right. I'm just kind of
Hey.
waiting. Oh, there's
Fair enough.
Melania. Let's see this.
Ooh, she looks so good.
I'm so glad we
There she is.
They'll all wear pink, but they won't clap for Melania.
None of them are they not clapping for it?
I guarantee you that they're not.
I want to see the whole room.
Do you believe in love after love?
I just saw it.
Who's she with? Who's she next to?
That's probably a guess.
She normally
Guarantee
sits
you
with.
those
The
are
first
high
lady
school
normally
students.
sits with somebody of significance.
And Usha's looking very nice.
I guarantee
just,
you-
3 doors down.
Those are high school athletes that lost some trophy to a dude. I
Yeah.
promise you.
Yeah.
Or
Write it down.
Speaker, the President's Cabinet.
I'm going to go turn the air down in the studio.
I was gonna say, or it could be she helped sign a bill yesterday that basically is
Pete Hegseth?
trying to federally ban revenge porn. So it could be young girls that were affected by that.
Yeah. I see Pete Hegseth. Who
I know
else
they
do we
said
see?
Lakin
There's
Riley's
Rubio.
family was going to be there too. I don't know if she's
There's
got.
Rubio.
There's Pete.
Caroline Levet, I think, was in there. Look at all that pink. Jeez.
Yet they can't tell you what a girl or a woman is.
How
What is a
awesome!
woman?
How awesome would it be
Good
if,
chat.
like, Trump just pointed at one, of them and said, "Hey, you're wearing pink. What's a woman?"
I just got a guest in my studio.
Hey!
I thought we were against gendered clothing and gendered speech, but apparently not. You know.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, there's Jasmine Crockett, my least favorite person.
Ew.
You know, it's kind
Lieutenant
of funny.
Colonel
Whenever Trump came out and said that there's only two genders, I don't remember much backlash on that because they started to agree with that, and they're like, "Yeah, women, we want to be women and do women stuff,and everybody just
RFK.
stopped caring about it."
They stopped caring because they don't have to.
Well, don't you?
Technically.
It's something we've always said on Dear America. Like, you look at the country, and even CNN threw up the stat that 80% of the country thinks men shouldn't play in women's sports. So the people that they're electing don't give a damn what they have to say, don't care what they think. They're just voting whatever they want. They're not for the people. They need to go. It's time to go.
They'll keep voting for him because of their hatred for Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that overrides everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
It's epitard.
TDS is
Pete,
real.
Gotta love Pete with the American flag hanky.
Bro, yeah.
God, love that man.
Can you believe people are actually bad-mouthing him for PTing with special forces in Germany?
I know, right?
Idiots.
DDD, Dirty Dick Durbin.
Dirty
You
Dick
see,
Durbin.
there it was.
Dirty Dick Durbin. We don't
Dirty
like.
Dick Durbin was
we don't
right
like. Dirty.
Russ can't even say it.
I can't.
I did just get a job offer with Kristi Noem. I turned it down for the Dear America family.
Look at you.
Chad, I'm telling you, I will drive to Texas and burn your house down. I'm just throwing that out there.
Lauren Boebert, Tim Burchett. Who else
Man,
we got?
stuck
Chad,
with
we're
me,
after
bud.
you. I said I was gonna come murder you, and now Todd's saying he's gonna.
You're
Commit
stuck with me
arson.
now, buddy.
DDD MMM in the chat. Look at that. It's blowing up right now.
Oh, Royce, I had to ask my chat the other night what that meant.
Dirty Dick Durbin and man-made meat.
Yeah. They're like,
You're
and
welcome.
They were all quick to tell me.
DDD in the chat, Dirty Dick Durbin. I saw him wearing his Ukraine colors.
Yeah. Gay.
Yeah, I
We
bet
had
they
dinner.
all got a scarf in their pocket. They're all going to pull out a scarf or a
Then
flag.
start waving little Ukraine flags everywhere.
We
Stupid.
And Trump should
Oh
have an
my
executive order in his hand right now, ready to sign that you cannot have any flag other than U.S. flag there, and sign
Well,
it
it's
while they're
crazy to
waving
me
it.
that it's crazy to me that we just made English the official language of the United States. That just happened.
you know, the language that the Constitution was written in. Yeah.
And it's also crazy that they have to make a rule that says you can't wear a flag other than the United States flag.
You know, it'd be great as if Jacob Chansley came walking down the aisle with his.
I know Jacob.
I do too. That'd be great.
We should get him
if,
on the show, bro.
Let's get him on there. If the
Get him on
shaman
the
came
show, bro.
walking down.
I'm just honestly kind of looking for Graham to walk around in there any second.
Oh,
No, he's not in
yeah.
there. He's not in there.
Is he
He's
not?
You wouldn't be able to see him anyway because he's a little shorter, I think.
Graham is the lone survivor.
I love hearing everyone munching, or I guess it's just me and Royce munching.
Y'all realize Graham Allen's probably gonna like
Rolos.
be vice president one day.
Oh, ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt.
No,
You're looking at the future
no,
director,
no.
future director of the FBI right here, boys. Right here.
Oh, you?
Right
Future
here.
director of digital comms.
Right here. Y'all won't have to worry about transparency. I'll be selling it all.
Let me say to the folks in the chat, thanks for joining us, or anybody
Yes.
watching, thanks for joining us. Get in the chat, enjoy, and have a good time with us. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys could be anywhere, but you're here, and we're thankful for that. And yes, I did turn down a gig with Kristi Noem the other day. Over dinner in D.C., they said, what would it take for you to come to Washington? And I said, I got the Dear America family. That's all
Yeah.
I need.
And speaking of the
That's
Dear
big, man.
America family, guys, make sure that you're following all of our creators on Rumble and on social media. So we've got me, Megan Moo32, Watch Chad, Todd Spears 1776 or Hot Seat Todd on Rumble. And we've got I Came With Fire. Right here, Brianna Morello.
My boo, I talked to her today. Well, I talk to her every day, but yeah.
My
Why is she not on here? Where's Megan?
Chad, I'm
Where's
so blown
Brianna?
away that you turned Nolan down. That's pretty impressive, man.
I love you guys too much. I
Dude,
can't quit you.
I love you guys too, but if somebody
just
offered me a
can't
glass
quit
of
you.
milk and a piece of pie, I'd be out of here. I'd be like, see you guys.
He's really making Graham look
Can't
like a
quit you.
douchebag right now.
Right?
I just want to know if Chad was going to take me with him.
No.
If he took it.
I don't think I could get
Absolutely
rid of
not.
you.
Yeah. All right. The good answer.
Looks like there was couple of super
Yeah,
chats.
I've got a couple more if I can do them real quick. Apool91, love you all. Chris Sparks 88, Trump never sleeps, but why does he got to keep all these nursing home folks out past their bedtime? That's true.
That was my thoughts earlier.
Kyle Douglas 10, love you, Tony. Skip, Todd, still didn't get the dollar amount for you to dress as Cher for a full day of shows.
He's
you'll get
gonna do it. He
you'll
wants
get-
to do it.
You'll get it tomorrow, folks. You'll get it tomorrow. Just be patient.
If I could turn back time.
I might dress like Splash. You never know.
Wow.
Punisher, of course. Breaking. Graham Allen has just announced that he has been assigned to clean the toilet that the VP just used. Our boy is moving up in life.
You know what?
I love Punisher.
Every now and then you got some of that glitter dust, that gold glitter dust from
That's
Birch
right,
Gold. Text Chad to 989898 and get your doo-doo. Get your glitter doo-doo.
Chad, how funny is this? Bayard 832 said he didn't turn her down, just the job, Tony.
Hey, turn the ambient crowd noise down, the volume down just to the hair on that, so we can hear each other. They'll make the announcement
What?
here. And I heard Megan when she sang, and I liked it a lot. I like
You
it
did
a lot.
it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
My Cher impression, I can do Cher. I can do
not bad.
Celine Dion.
Oh, let's hear some Celine. Do it. Do
God.
it.
My heart will go
Do
on.
it.
My heart will go on.
You are the greatest singer in the world.
Just the one note, though.
What'd you say, Royce?
Just the one note, though.
Which one?
Just that.
That's Whitney Houston.
That's Whitney
Yeah, that's
Houston,
Whitney
man.
Houston.
Oh, is it? My bad.
Yeah.
God almighty. Did somebody carbon
It's all
date
right.
him, please?
A friend
Oh
of
my
mine,
God.
hey, a friend of mine sent me a screenshot of our live feed, zoomed in on Megan, and said, "I'm in love."
Oh.
She's married, guys. Chill out.
Sorry.
She's married. She's married.
My Celine is better with the power of love.
Okay.
That's fine.
Let's
Let's hear
do
it.
it.
Whispers in the morning of lovers sleeping time are rolling by like thunder now. As I look in your eyes, I hold on to your body and
pretty
feel
good.
each move.
Now, there's a Canadian
you
I'd listen to.
make. I'm not warmed up, but you
That's
get it.
pretty good.
You got the good like
Pretty
whisper.
nice.
You got it down.
She did.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Good thing it
Hey, they
wasn't a
keep telling me
Celine
to-
Dion sound-alike contest at the beginning of the show.
Here we go.
Everybody's running to their seats.
President of the United States.
And I will be the official timekeeper of the speech.
How long before the Democrats start walking out?
Oh,
Whoa.
American flags in the chat. American flags. Keep them going. Come on, let's break the Rumble servers right now.
break it, break it, break it. I'm gonna do great. Go, go, go.
Break that rumble server wide.
Keep it going. Don't stop, chat. American flag. American
Put
flag.
mine
Keep it
up. Put
going.
mine up right now.
We put a little dancing drum.
Click till you can't click anymore. Go.
Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up.
If you don't, I'm gonna start yelling like Graham at you.
Why does the first and second lady look so scared?
Good Lord, look at that.
Look at that chat.
It's like
It's
the
just
Price is
blowing
Right.
up from
Price
right
is
to
Right.
front.
I'm gonna have a seizure looking at that thing.
That thing is spinning.
Keep it going. I wanted to get a video of this. Keep
Go,
it
baby.
going.
Go.
Get it,
Go,
get it.
baby.
Everybody
Go.
do it.
Come on, everybody. Go, go, go.
Look at that. I put
That
mine
chat
in.
could probably kill Mitch McConnell looking at it.
Kill Mitch McConnell.
Wow, that is.
He'd be like, he'd glitch immediately.
Exactly.
He'd just be like,
Look at that chat. Look at it.
so awesome. Keep
Love
going,
you
keep
guys.
going, keep going.
Love you
Keep
guys.
it going.
Go, 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 go.
It's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't seen it like that since election night.
That's amazing.
That just tells me that y'all are slacking in the mornings.
I love you guys.
Wow.
wish I could just go and stop, and everybody just stop. at the
No,
same
don't
time.
say that. Don't even say stop. Keep them going. Keep the American flags going.
Keep it going, guys, until he starts talking. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Just keep it going.
Go, 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 go.
I'm going with you. I bet can't none of y'all out-click me. I am the click master.
Mine only lets me do 2 or 3, and then it stops me.
Yeah, mine stopped me at 18.
Pretty impressive, folks.
There he is. Trump walking in,
Look at
going.
that chat, baby. Can't even see my own flag. It's going so fast.
I love it.
This is
Come on, Chad.
amazing.
Come on. Don't quit on me now. Don't quit on me now. Come on.
Chad, you're supposed to tell us who those people are he's talking to.
Those are the joint chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Make the military lethal again, baby.
I think we're almost breaking it. It slowed down for a second.
We might be. It's happened before.
Yeah.
They're chanting USA.
There's MTG. Trump was right about everything.
I had to look at that twice. I thought she had an F word on that hat. All right, here we go.
Get the bingo cards ready.
That's right. Get your bingo cards.
I got mine.
Nothing better than that.
Is it weird that I already have bingo?
Lord have mercy. I'm proud of you guys blowing up that chat.
Yes.
It's insane. Insane.
Trigger fingers are just going. No safety.
Love to see it, guys. I'm so proud of y'all.
It's amazing, guys.
I have to manually pull the thing down to catch up with it. Love to see it, love to see it, love to see it. America's back, baby. Let's go.
God is back. God
We
is
will
back.
not be ruled by a bunch of progressive, limp-wristed, cut-faced retards.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Thank you.
Don't count if you don't finish the word.
No,
The
don't
man.
count. We all got to agree to hit start at the same time.
Where'd Chet go?
There's Matt and Ben and Riley.
I guess it makes sense for Matt to be there.
Thank
'cause
you
he's
very
been kind of
much. Thank
behind
you
the
very
torch.
much.
There we go.
Time of year.
It's a great honor. Thank you very much. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States.
Babe.
You're right, Chad. All the people in pink are sitting down.
I'm just a girl.
Members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Nice.
Oh man.
Crap, I forgot about the bingo card.
I got one bingo because he said First Lady.
Six weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America.
Come on.
From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country.
We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
The point.
Love it.
He's so giddy.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
He got owned by Stephen A. today.
Look at those paddles. Look at those paddles.
That was glorious. I don't always agree with Stephen A. I did today.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Horrible people.
Look at the side eye, dude.
Shut up.
USA. We can overdo it.
Drown them out, baby.
That's it.
I love it.
It's probably Graham Allen's leading that.
Knowing him.
USA in the chat, everybody. USA. Blow it up.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525.
Oh, get them out.
On a map that reads almost completely red for Republicans.
Just rubbing their nose in it.
Boom.
Put another one on the bingo card.
Stop
Now,
telling
for the
people.
first time in modern history,
It's true.
more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
The most ever.
USA in the chat. Keep it going.
My boy Tom.
Likewise, small business
Dr. Phil there.
optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point
out.
jump.
USA.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Get him out.
Get him out. Sergeant at Arms.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Let's go.
Do it.
Kick him out.
JD's ready to do it
Yes.
himself.
I know, right? Got the Marine in him.
He's like, send me down.
E4
Send me down.
Mafia style,
This
baby.
is already wild, man.
Yeah, somebody Google that. When's the last time the Sergeant at Arms had to escort a member of Congress out in the street?
Kick him out. Bye. Bye.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Get him out of there.
Dude, enough warnings. JD's like,
Following
kick him
that
out.
members
Get him
continue
out.
to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order.
Yes!
You know what? You know what, Todd? The last time was during Biden's when they escorted one of the Gold Star family members out.
Oh, I
Remember that for
remember
yelling
that.
Abby Gate?
Yeah.
That's
right,
disgraceful.
Abby Gate.
Disgraceful.
Now, he got exactly what he wanted.
Yep.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I would
you're right.
love to have that
He'll be
job
on
right
all the
there.
news tomorrow for standing up for BS.
It'll be racist. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a cane.
They're singing-
Don't bring
they're
that
singing
up.
"Na, na, na, goodbye."
Ableist.
Put him in a yellow cab. Send him home.
Let's go,
Have a
Ebenezer
seat. Warm up the
Scrooge. Get
spot
out.
for the
Let's
next
go.
guy, Al Green.
Al Green.
Later, Tyrone's cousin.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you.
Truth hurts.
So embarrassing.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
I'm not tired of winning.
Mike Johnson should have thrown that hammer at him.
In fact, it has been stated by many
Cast the spell
that
on
the
him.
first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
Dude, he's
By
poking
many.
now. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Just rubbing your nose in it, dude.
He's poking it.
I'm staring at him too. Look at that.
Cold.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to
God bless our
repel
troops.
the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
And it wasn't that hard.
Right? It happened immediately.
It was
crazy.
Didn't need a bill that sent $65 billion to Ukraine,
They
Israel, or
heard my
Gaza.
words and they chose not to come. Much easier that
Do
way.
not come.
In comparison,
I'm
under
gonna
Joe
come.
Biden,
I'm going to come.
the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month. And virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums,
Say it again.
were released into our country. Who would want to do
Now
that?
they're Democrats.
This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do.
There you go.
I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
I love that he's calling them out. Start calling them by name. For real.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America?
They can't do it.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
They're not happy about that. Somebody wake her up.
Tales from the crypt.
Her Depends is leaking. You see her squirming?
Every day, my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
I love you guys in the chat. Y'all crack me up.
I know,
Thank you,
dude.
thank you, thank you.
Nancy Pelosi's hammer.
I terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first day.
Dirty Dick Durbin.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Show up to work.
So much copium flowing.
And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out?
Yes! He's the first one standing up, man.
Love this man.
JD in the chat, baby. JD, blow it up. JD gives 0.
And I've stopped
Freaking
all
face.
government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America. I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
I love that, man.
You took away my goal for you.
And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley, Mount McKinley again.
Come on.
Freaking Obama.
Let's rename Canada.
Beautiful
America's
Alaska.
hat.
We love Alaska.
America's hat.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private
Get it out,
sector
my military.
and our
Get it
military.
The Chiquita banana lady right there, dude.
Will be woke no longer.
Ilhan Omar belongs in jail.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Crazy.
Crazy how much common sense he's spewing out.
It's too much.
You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm going to text Lauren Boebert.
Tell her
We
we're
have
both wearing
removed
red
the
tonight.
poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male
genders.
and female.
Two genders.
Crazy that even has to be said.
Yeah, insane.
Boys and girls.
Going forward, you can now sit Indian
I
style.
also signed an executive
Call it
order
Indian
to
style.
ban men from playing in women's sports.
Common sense.
I mean, does anybody on the
No
left
brainer.
listening to this and they're like, what are you talking about? Why are you saying stuff about? It's all common sense stuff. I mean, really?
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
If you're a dude in women's sports, you're a coward. Period.
100%.
And if you haven't seen that clip, go look at it. It's nasty.
It is.
Like,
I saw one
hit
today of some
hard.
dude playing basketball with
Yeah.
high school chicks, and he was just throwing them around.
I don't know how a father hasn't gone to prison yet.
That's what I'm saying. FAFO.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going
Barry
to put
Bonds
up
gets
with
an
it any
asterisk,
longer.
that dude gets an asterisk.
He gets, a couple of asterisks.
Yeah, for sure.
Hanging.
How can you disagree
Yeah,
with
two.
this? How can you disagree with anything he said?
Because you're a dogmatic shill, that's why you disagree.
Emperor
What I have just
Palpatine,
described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has
revolution.
become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
He's done everything else he said he's going to do. Why would you not believe that? They're going to sit there.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out
I said
of
Joe
control.
Biden.
Yep.
And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
DBD.
DVD. DVD in the chat.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Boom.
Do you know how bad I would troll these people? I'd be like, hey, next week we're going to bring back abortion on
We will
demand.
not only be reducing the cost of energy, but we'll be ending the flagrant
Make it
waste
on
of
Disney Plus.
taxpayer dollars.
They'd be like,
Right.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Doge.
Doge, baby.
It's my favorite African American right there.
Which
You're looking
is headed
dapper in the
by
tie.
Elon Musk,
Right?
who is in the
Why are you
gallery tonight.
Oh my God, Karen, we can't just ask them whether white.
She's probably waiting on the language to get translated into Navajo.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this.
Exactly, he didn't
Thank
need
you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified.
Name
$22
names.
billion
Yes,
from
please.
HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million
Iraqi
to
Sesame
improve
Street.
the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
Money well spent as far as I'm concerned. You know?
This is
I
real.
mean-
Trans mice.
$32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently
Hello,
created
Elmo.
decarbonization of
Unless those
me up,
mice
Elmo.
turn into Splinter.
headed up, and we know she's involved. Just in the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 billion for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali.
Is the woman sitting
$59
next to
million
Elon
for
pregnant yet?
illegal alien hotel
All you have
rooms
to
in
do
New
is
York
look
City.
at her.
Timu
Real
Obama.
estate
Pregnant.
developer. He's done very
Timu
well.
Obama.
$250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia, $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with
See, I don't
learning.
think they need any help with learning there.
I don't know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid. Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
He's like, do I stand? No, I stand.
I'm ordering an Elon
And we've
bobblehead.
taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old.
Sherry Gilbert said, I wonder if Trent can understand any of this.
3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I
He's
don't
laying
know
in the
any
carpet
of them. I know
going,
some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly.
probably blackout
3.47
drunk.
million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139.
Skateboards for seniors.
3.5 million people
Silver sneakers.
from ages 140 to 149.
Is that the Social Security
And
list from
money
the
is
Old
being
Testament?
paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid, and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a
Yeah, I don't know why
healthier
people think
country
he's
than
lying.
I
I
thought,
work in the
Bobby.
government. So many stupid people.
Kevin said we should spend money to figure out how they lived so long.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And
That's
one
Nancy
person
Pelosi.
is listed at 360 years of age.
Nancy Pelosi.
More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going.
It's Napoleon.
And it's
Social
not going to be
Security
pretty.
check.
By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families. And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance it.
Budget on the bingo card. Big, beautiful drop. Happened to me when I was 12.
Big, beautiful bingo.
Had a couple of them.
I just love that Trump doesn't have to be coked out of his mind on Adderall to get up there and talk.
And Botox.
His
With
pupils
that
aren't
goal
like
in mind,
dying.
we have developed
Exactly.
in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's
I
like the
love
green
that
card,
idea.
I do too.
better and more sophisticated.
But
And
better.
these people will have to pay tax in our country.
I've got
They
a
won't have to
golden
pay tax from
ticket.
where they came.
There you go.
The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
I hope the gold card's got Trump's picture in it.
This is welcome to America.
Americans have given us a mandate for bold and profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
Their arms got to be getting tired.
Good.
And any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
He needs a nap.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there, they're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Protect lives.
BTS, drain the swamp.
Their smug looks are just so fake.
Thank
You're
you.
like,
It's a very, very big part of our plan. We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
There you go, people. That's the people who are not for the people.
that's right. Bunch of a-holes.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
Nice.
That's hard to prove.
And by the way, we're going to have growth in the auto industry like nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
That's good.
Tariffs and tax cuts. Tariffs and tax cuts on the bingo card.
I need Ukraine and by the way.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country, first term. We had a great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher.
If you could just get
and we
customer
give so
service
much
out
help
of India, I'd be
militarily
appreciative.
and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe.
Thank you for calling.
This system is not fair to the United States and never was, and so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day was cost us a lot of money.
Oh my God.
But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us,
Tariffists.
we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China, and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer.
Oh, he looks like he's about to cry.
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and Many very young, beautiful people destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer. Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
Come on. I do like cheeks.
You like cheese?
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Somebody wake Royce up.
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people. And they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to.
He's like, okay.
I like reducing the debt.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because those goods that come in from other countries and companies, they're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen. And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama. Woo. Jeff
Decatur, baby.
Has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raised 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great, Jeff.
Alabama I-65 strong, baby.
Let's go.
Roll Tide.
It's like 45 minutes away from me.
Thank you, Jeff.
People want to make child number 8.
Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh.
Shocking.
And look where Biden took us, very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
She's a bit.
Why are our cameras so out of focus on Wanda? I don't like being fuzzy.
Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With
right.
Elliston's
You
help,
were right.
the Senate
You called
just
that.
passed the
Good call.
Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John.
John
Thank
Thune.
you, John.
I think that's so great. I can't believe that wasn't
Thank
like
you
a
all very
federal law
much.
to begin with.
Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is a terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody.
I mean,
That's
nobody.
great.
Our
Thank you
pets'
very
heads are
much to the
falling
Senate.
off.
Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
50-minute mark. 50-minute mark.
And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and
jail as an
released in
accessory.
a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel.
And he got her
With
name
us
right.
this evening are Lakin's beloved
that?
mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
No Democrats are clapping on that one.
Last year, I told Lakin's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act. It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley.
That don't tug your heartstrings. You suck at life.
But you ever seen those Democrats still sitting
I
down?
was about to say, if none of them stand up, I'm gonna rage.
Pieces of trash.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history.
Bingo.
And we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of
You got bingo?
illegal
Yep.
border crossers ever
Confidence.
recorded. Thank you.
Todd
Dude, I've
cheated.
had bingo twice already.
Todd told you.
I said it first.
You got to say it. That's how you win bingo. That's why it's called bingo.
I told you guys already. I already had bingo before we started.
He's playing Mexican bingo.
Gotcha.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
JD like that.
Shots fired.
Ta-da! Across the bow. Cacao.
That was huge.
Boom in the chat.
Yeah, trans dude. in the
Oh,
crowd.
my Lord. Hello.
Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like
Karate
Aurora,
Man.
Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation
They're
and
eating the
corruption
dogs.
like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised
Boom.
in my inaugural address,
Boom.
we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Blow it up. Keep on going. Boom, 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 boom.
But there's
I wanted to.
still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter, and earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Wow. This is what leadership looks like right here.
How's it sweating?
Let it out, girl. Just let it out.
But just the fact that
Get
that
the job
order has
done,
to be-
Tom.
the fact that that order has to be signed
Yeah.
pisses me off. to
Thank
no
you very
extent.
much. All three savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels,
FTOs,
as
man.
foreign terrorist organizations.
Good.
Thank God.
Good. So take those
Some
three
special
people
forces
out of
love
jail,
coming for you.
slit their throat, and bury them on that chick's refuge.
There you go, man.
But Tom Holman's like, that's right.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy. In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much.
I wonder what Border Patrol recruitment looks like, too.
Thank you, Roberto.
I tried to do it when I retired. They wouldn't let me.
And I actually got to
Oh,
know
really?
him on my
Spell
many
test or
calls
something?
to the border. He's a great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Yeah, baby.
Feel the heat.
Five nights ago,
1 hour.
Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
Chad's
But we
girlfriend.
need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to
probably
stop
got about 12
the
of them in the
fentanyl and
crowd.
drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it. And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns. In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam
Go
Bondi.
Cash.
Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash. They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
Yeah, y'all just sit over there and shut up.
Everybody on the bus.
1 year ago this month, 31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much,
She's
Stephanie.
young. That's a
Thank
baby.
you very much.
Oh, she is young. That's so sad.
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest, and we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer.
Yes.
And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy.
Let's go.
into
Let's do it.
permanent law.
And no death row either. You go straight to the front of the line, Jack.
No wait.
Look at all the Democrats just
Fast
sitting there.
pass.
What a bunch of
Matter of fact, if you got a position, Mr. President, I'll take that job.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed.
Pennsylvania versus Mims. Just comply.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed
Look
of
at him,
becoming a police officer.
I love this.
That's my dude.
I love
Wow,
it.
man.
I love this. Oh.
Look at that, man.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
That's awesome.
Dad's like, good, bro.
Did she just roll her eyes?
It looked like she did. I was just thinking that.
I hate these people.
We don't hate them enough.
Since that
she?
time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make
What was the
his
timestamp
dream
on
come
that?
true, and DJ has been sworn in
108.
as an
108?
honorary
I'ma
law
clip her and
enforcement
destroy her.
officer. Actually, a number of times.
Maybe so.
The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all.
Come on.
I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret
Face. Oh, wow.
Put a little
That is
DJ
so
in
awesome.
the chat. Little DJ in the
Yeah.
chat. Blow it up. Come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yes,
DJ in the
sir.
chat. Let's go.
DJ in the chat right now. Oh, he's got a badge and everything.
come
yes.
Look at that, man.
Yes.
He was in the Oval Office when I was there the other day. So cool. DJ in the chat.
Oh, look at that.
I love this.
Blow that chat up. Come on, DJ in the chat.
Meanwhile, Biden
Look
is
at
throwing
that.
Gold Star family members out of the freaking State of the Union. Good for him.
Are the Democrats not standing for that?
Do you see how wide
No,
I
look at him
these
sitting down.
Are you
pieces.
Sitting down.
Are you kidding me?
There's a couple of them.
DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Come on.
I hope they really let him go after Big Pharma, man. With a hatchet.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering.
Oh,
to
man.
get toxins out of
Nah,
our
those
environment,
Democrats, they don't
poisons
align
out of
with
our
Kennedy
food
Democrats.
supply,
Losers.
and keep our children healthy and strong. As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000.
Here
and
we
now
go.
it's 1 in 36.
Here
There's
we go.
something wrong. 1 in 36. Think of that. So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you.
Let's go, Bobby.
Do it, Bobby. Ooh, special delivery.
Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Rumors.
Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology. I also signed an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
More common sense.
Please. I don't want teachers teaching children about any kind of
And
sex.
now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie. And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Amen.
Amen to that, dude.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
Bye-bye.
I hope the service academies are listening.
Yep.
Our service
now.
members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Man.
Pete in the chat. Pete in the chat.
And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting
There
month
it
in
is.
15
There it
years,
is.
and that all armed services are having
Pete
among
Rowland.
the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services. What
Called
a
it.
difference.
Wow. Oh, the Army's killing it right now.
I know, man.
like
Thank
the
goodness,
Army
dude.
is killing it.
Good.
You be in there working on them
And you know it
bonus
was
plans,
just
wouldn't you, Todd?
I
A
would
few
be.
months ago,
Right.
where the results were
time to be a
exactly
recruiter.
the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you
Good
very
for
much.
business.
Great job.
Man, the institution that's meant to kill people is prioritizing lethality. Oh, man. Time to sign up. Crazy.
concept.
When you sell things that
We're
have nothing to
joined
do with it,
tonight
no wonder people don't want
by
to
a young
join.
man,
Make our
Jason
military
Hartley,
lethal
who
again?
knows
What?
the weight of that call
That's
of
right.
duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say.
6 letters.
A brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA.
Dang.
And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Wow.
Trump's gonna make sure it's not woke for you, dude.
It's a good one, scholarship.
Don't go to Ukraine. Zelensky
Right.
will be shoving you in a van involuntarily.
Yeah.
Right?
Right in front of your dog.
And Jason, that's a very big
got that
deal
bubble
getting
gum
in.
lip.
That's
I
a
like it.
hard one to get into. But
Here we go.
I'm pleased to inform you that
Yeah.
your application has been accepted. You will soon be
Whoa,
joining
how
the
cool is that? You get your application accepted at the State of the Union, man? Wow. That is huge. You know, he's going to show up to West Point, though, day one. They're going to troll the crap out of him for that, too, man.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming, Todd. It is. Hey, aren't you the dude that the president read that out?
Hey, aren't you the president's little bit? Yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
it, man.
It's so coming. It's so
Dude.
coming.
That's awesome, though,
It's
dude.
Trump's lieutenant, Lieutenant Trump.
That's what they'll call him.
I know what I'm saying, man.
I wish I could recommend you for
Jason, you're going to be on
OCS,
the
Trump.
long gray line,
That's right.
Jason.
You are going to be a general
As
someday.
Commander-in-Chief,
Now
my
disassemble that
focus is
weapon.
on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to
Come on.
protect
Hey, yo.
Sir.
all
Come
made
on.
in the USA.
Let's get some of those hypersonics in there. Let's
Turn
do
your
that.
mic up, Todd. Dadgummit, you have to be told every day. You're like a kid in preschool.
Time for an Iron Dome.
Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places, they have it. Israel has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim, right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial
it.
shipbuilding and military
Let's
shipbuilding.
go. Submarines, all of it.
Every bit of it.
Yep.
And for that purpose,
Tell your
I am
kids about
announcing
trade school.
tonight
Let's get in there.
that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very
Big,
much.
beautiful
But we're going to
ships.
make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge
very
impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
That's huge.
It is, man. Van Halen.
Ease down between my legs.
Just today, a large American company
Ease the seat back.
announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal
Wake up,
and a couple
Marco.
of other canals.
Make the Monroe
The
Doctrine
Panama
great
Canal
again.
was
Let's do
built
it.
by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
That's right.
Suck it, Panama.
Taking it back.
Josh in my
gonna be
chat said,
huge.
can we rename it the Van Halen Canal?
Please.
And we have Marco
As long as it's not the
Rubio
Van Hagar
in
canal, I'm
charge.
good
Good
with
luck,
that.
Marco.
Yeah.
Take off my Van
Seriously.
Halen t-shirt before you jinx the
We know
van
who to
and they
blame
break
if
up.
anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job.
Did a great
Think
job.
of it. He got 100 votes.
And Marco hates communists enough to do this job.
You know,
I'm
he
good
was
with
got
that.
all the
approved with
votes.
actually 99,
did.
but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes, and I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco.
My mother says,
He's
"Is
gonna
that
do
the
a
guy with the
fantastic
big
job.
ears?"
Thank you.
He does have something to do.
He does,
He's
man.
doing a great job.
That's how he's going to keep up with everything. He can hear it going on.
Great job.
He told me the other day,
And I
stronger,
also have a
safer, more
message
prosperous.
tonight
That's
for
the
the
three
incredible
initiatives.
people of
Everything's got to be
Greenland.
safer, stronger, more
love that.
prosperous.
I love
We
that.
strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population,
Such
but very, very
heights.
large piece of land and very, very important for military security.
The
America
Arctic.
is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity.
What?
And he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword
Yes,
of American
sir.
Let's build the
Yes,
gallows.
sir.
Just FYI, this address is already the longest in history. Clinton in 2000
Oh, he's not done.
an hour and 28
he's not
minutes.
done.
This is already
He's
over
at he's
half.
he's
Gotta
at
get to Zelensky.
yeah, it's 123
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I said at least 2 hours.
Well, I was.
And I want to
tonight.
thank especially
That
the
was way
government
off.
of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day. Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was.
Exactly what happened.
Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Todd, you think we could get a cookie?
Sure.
And now
Kind
we're
of-
going
what kind
to
of
build
cookies
on
that?
that foundation
Homemade
to
chocolate
create
chip.
a more peaceful and
Yeah,
prosperous
the best.
future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Oh! Yes! Oh,
No.
bro.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
That is amazing.
Yes!
She is an idiot.
Yes!
2,000 people are being killed every
Dude,
year.
that was amazing.
More than
Oh
that.
my gosh.
They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian
The
young
Vance is
people.
just
They're not
looking over at
Americans.
her.
But I wanted to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent
What was
more
the
money
timestamp on
buying
that?
Russian oil and
120,
gas than they have
about
spent on
126.
defending Ukraine by far. Think of that. They've spent more
Oh my
buying
was
God.
Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe
Bingo.
has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said, at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen.
Oh, pout.
Earlier today, I received an
dude.
important letter from President
Like a 3-year-old.
Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you.
Trot his little butt in there
I
right now.
appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
My bingo card sucks.
I've been done for a minute.
You have, dude. And you ended the game right by saying bingo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got several bingos in my chat.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
My God, I can't get over the Pocahontas.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Why?
Blow up the chat with Royce.
What up, Bryce?
I ain't even wait. I'm tweeting, I'm working, I'm producing the show, everything's sleeping.
You know, let us have our fun at your expense, okay?
Yeah.
I don't understand how these a-holes just sit.
Royce, DDD, MMM. I missed an M.
To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the
Here we go.
past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally. That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you. To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason.
Show that
I was
chart.
saved by God to
That
make
beautiful
America
chart.
great again. I believe that.
That beautiful gun footage.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean strode into the unknown wilderness and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in
Fight,
and
fight,
for the
fight.
country our people deserve.
Fight, fight, fight. That's a lot of words. FFF.
BDD, MMMFF.
Triple D to the lane to the left. Triple H.
Fight, fight, fight. There it goes.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
USA.
139-38.
Royce, you and I were close.
So closer to 2 than 1.
The golden age of America.
All right, let's bring the volume down a little bit on the house there. All
Good
right.
stuff, man.
All right, give me your thoughts, guys. What do you think? I'd love to hear it in the chat as well. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. Thumbs up, thumbs down, yes, no. 100%, 90%, 80%, 70%. How do you grade him? A plus, B? What do you see? I want to hear it.
I think he tackled everything that I thought he was going to tackle. I think he got everything that we mentioned before the show too, and he definitely had the time to do it. He took over an hour and a half to do so, but he threw some zingers out there. I think he got his point across as to the fact that he's fixing America more than any other president ever has, but it's also never been in a worse state. And he knows that, so let me mute this. But I despise the Democrats who just sat there through a lot of the incredible, undeniable victories that he's gotten. It really shows their true colors. And those stupid little signs that they were holding. I'm already seeing a ton of memes on X of people just putting stuff over them. They just meme themselves.
You're welcome. I've already done it.
They ruined themselves. It's hilarious. But what do you guys think?
I got a sense of pride. Like it kept, these waves of pride as he was speaking and talking just multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, kind of makes your nuggets shrink up.
To piggyback off what Roy said, just the amount of blatant disrespect from the left, not only from the beginning when they were just, uproaring and then having to be kicked out, to, heartwarming stories like the kid with cancer, to the Jocelyn, the child that was killed, and the other heartwarming stories that were brought up. Like, just not even clapping for that. That has nothing to do with Trump. Show some respect. Show some condolences for the people that have lost loved ones or are fighting an illness. Just get over yourself.
This speech right here, ladies and gentlemen, is just another example, and I've tried to tell y'all for months and months and months. This is just another example of how this country is divided and will no longer return. As far as his speech goes, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was, but here's the thing though. It was a common sense speech. Like I could have gave that speech. Anybody in this channel right now could have given that speech. It was a common sense speech. We don't want men and women's sports. We don't want violent offenders running amok in our country. We don't want illegals running all over the place. We want our citizens to be safe. We want our military to be lethal. I mean, it's common sense stuff. The highlight of the night for me is the little boy that got inducted into the Secret Service. Those moments were perfect. The Pocahontas comment was epic, and that is going to go viral. But the fact that the Dems sat on their asses when Laken Riley's mom and sister stood up just shows you there is division here that can never be healed, because this is not political issues. This is good versus evil, and you can't come back from that, period.
Well, I just hope that it really shows that the left is only about the party line, the bottom line that they have to live by, because they wouldn't stand up for Laken Riley's family, like you said, Todd. It just shows you, too, how much Trump opened the tent up and let all these other people in, like Robert Kennedy. Some of his ideas about, like, the Second Amendment, obviously I don't agree with, but he was brought in to do a job, to show the American people that this is the party willing to reach across the aisle and make America great again, no matter what your background is, that we're the ones here that aren't ideological shills, right? And my favorite part, I think, of the speech was seeing him bring up the recruitment numbers, because that's such a huge problem, watching it fall off all the last 4 years, coming out of the military, just watching just how much people were losing heart and what was going on. To see it do a total 180, to me, that's amazing.
Yeah, and there was somebody in the chat that just asked what the Pocahontas comment meant. Elizabeth Warren said she was Native American, and her thing came back, and she was less than a percent of a percent of a percent of.
Just Google it.
Yeah, and so everybody calls her Pocahontas. So that's why.
Just Google Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas.
Yeah,
Tony,
it'll come up.
Boy, there were so many good moments in that speech, and I wish I would have heard them all. I was shopping on Amazon the whole time, so I honestly wasn't looking. No, but seriously,
It's okay. Everybody thought I was sleeping.
But seriously, I mean, he was hitting spot on and all his stuff. And what made me more proud than anything was, no matter what, he was so presidential today. He was hitting all his points. He was hitting zingers here and there, but there was a couple times there where he looked over at the Democrats. He's like, can we please just come together and just, and to Todd's point, I don't think we're ever going to be able to, but at least he gave him an opportunity. He told him, can you please, for one time, just come and, stand up with us and try to bring this country together. And they just sat there like big old pieces of F's, man. I just can't. I mean, again, and to Megan's point as well, when they were talking about the little boy with brain cancer, a couple of Democrats got up, but I mean, you can't even get up for a young boy who was sick, and obviously you can tell that he was very emotional, surprised when they gave him the Secret Service honorary badge. I mean, you can't even get up to clap for that. And we're talking about a child here who's going through who knows how much suffering, going through all the medical stuff there. They can't get up for that. I find it despicable that they can't just swallow their pride and just get up and clap for a child.
It's
Well, it just shows you they
disgusting,
didn't
it's
learn any.
narcissistic.
It is. It just shows you they didn't learn anything from this last election, because when you look at the demographics and the people who voted for Trump, it's not just white Americans, just not white guys and white women. It's across the board, all Americans, right? So it just shows you they've not learned a single thing from the last 4 years at all. And they won't. And you know what, too? We say this on the channel all the time. Never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
Hallelujah.
So if they want to keep down this path and play
Please.
these games, the identity politics, just hating on things that you should be loving on, right? Go ahead. You know what? I'm not going to interrupt you.
Right.
Megan,
Yes.
what do you think?
I mean, he touched on a lot for over an hour and a half. But again, I just think that everyone's point of the division in this country was just painted in the best picture during that speech. You've got people that can't even put their pride and their narcissism aside to give a 13-year-old child who went through brain cancer a clap. Can't even get your butt off of the pews and give him a clap. And then holding up panels. It's just very childish. And they'll never see that through their eyes because they always think that they're right. They're always going to think that they're on the right side of things and everything that they say is correct. Everything that Trump says is bad, bad, bad. That's why they all have to have the same exact script when they go on the news or when they make a video for their TikToks. They all have to have the same talking points and same script. And it's just like, we're over it. People are seeing through your crap, obviously. Yeah. So it's time to nut up and shut up and just get with the program.
Ooh, look at Megan with it.
I like it.
Yeah, look at that. Ooh.
And preferably,
balls a tug.
like
right.
Brandon said, just don't nut up. We don't need you to change. We need you to keep doing what you're doing. We need you to keep the Jasmine Crockett's and the Pocahontas's. Y'all are doing great. Just keep. Carrie Sisson is just spoon feeding along with his butt buddy Chris and David Hogue. Just keep going, guys. Y'all are doing wonderful.
All right, Chad. Here we go. Drop it on us.
There were a couple of things that stood out to me. One is he didn't spend a lot of time on Ukraine and Zelensky, and I like that. I actually appreciated that. That proves that that's a person that's in control. He's not intimidated by the topic. He's not somebody that's an overwhelming thing for him. He's got it under control. He knows exactly what he's doing. I don't attribute to him the 4D chess thing all the time, but I truly believe that he is doing that. This is the art of the deal on display when it comes to Zelensky and Ukraine, and particularly Vladimir Putin, as we talked about earlier today on my show. But the other thing that is notable to me is when you have a group of progressive Democrats who have bought into the ideology of manufactured oppression and this constant state of victimhood. They're all about the victims, but yet when true victims were presented in front of them, they didn't celebrate those people. They didn't applaud those people. They didn't laud their sacrifice and their tragedy, because it proves to you they don't care about you. They can dress in pink, but they don't care about women. They can wear Ukrainian flags, but they don't care about Ukraine. I guarantee you that 90% of the Democrats in that House tonight would not be able to pick Ukraine out of a nameless map. They certainly couldn't point to Kiev. So, this pinpoints their hypocrisy. It shows that it's a laser that cuts right through the BS. And if you don't think that these people hate you, tonight should have been an eye-opening experience for everyone that watched this to realize that these people only care about power. They only care about their own self-interest. They're bought out by lobbyist money, and every one of them are deathly evil.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Well, to your point about the art of the deal, Chad, one of the things that he said that got a lot of people upset early when he just took office was about rebuilding Gaza, right? And the whole art of the deal thing here today, 22 members of the Arab nations came through and said that they were going to put $53 billion towards rebuilding Gaza because Trump said, if you don't want me in there, you're going to handle your own problems. And guess what? Yeah. They did it. He could have brought that up today too.
Yeah.
But amazing. Can we how do we feel about no mention, not even a titter of the Epstein?
Yeah, you know what wouldn't surprise me about that? I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not predicting this, but it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a bombshell that drops by morning. Whether it's Epstein or something else, typically whenever you see someone come out and just absolutely stomp on the opposition the way that they did, usually there's an exclamation point at the end. So I just saw Brit Hume over here on Fox News. He referred to it as the most partisan congressional speech by a president that he's ever seen. I didn't see partisanship. What I saw, as Tony stated earlier, it was a message of common sense. I think Megan said the same thing. This is a message of common sense. If you can't applaud what he said, then you are mentally ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be medicated.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that you can't look at that and say, we don't want women abused, we don't want people murdered. And again, when we talk about murder on the hands of illegals, whether it was Jocelyn Nungaray, which was a tearful moment for me, I took an opportunity. I had liquid coming out of my eyes, so I went in there and peed, and I let liquid come out of all of me. But let me just say that it was in that moment, after talking about not only her, but Lake and Riley's family, and just the grief that was on their family, and then little DJ, who's our newest Secret Service member, incredible. The head of Secret Service that went over there and gave him that badge and those credentials. He was I shook his hand the other day. He was there in the Oval Office. I will always tell you guys that I was in the Oval Office last Thursday. But when you see that stuff, the humanity, this is the Donald Trump that I know. This is the Donald Trump that walks up to me when I had dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago and shakes my hand and calls me by name. I got it like that. But I'm just saying, these people are pure evil. They would. That's why I said earlier, as a troll moment, if it were me, I would have said, and you know what? Right outside, we have brought up an abortion on demand mobile unit that everyone can go out there and get sterilized right now in this moment. You know, if you'd have said that, not a single Democrat would have voted have applauded for that either. There's nothing this man can say, to his point, there's nothing this man can say that they're going to smile about, approve of, clap for, because every one of them is not, they have no interest for the 80% of Americans who voted for common sense.
Mm-hmm.
As John Fetterman said, I'm sorry, Megan, as John Fetterman said, he said, I'm going to stand with the handful of transgender athletes in the state of Pennsylvania. I think there's like, it's like the average American family. There's 2.5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, when he said that, he's like, there's nothing I can say or do to make these people happy. I was like,
dude, he could have pulled the cure of cancer out of his anus right there and laid it on the table, and they'd have just been like.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to Klimke 1738 that wants to talk about the disclosure of extraterrestrial technology, we will expose all of that tomorrow morning on the Dear America episode. So make sure you tune in for that.
We will.
Yeah, we're going to open up the freezers. We're going to pull out the aliens.
When?
Weird. It looks like a little shriveled
welcome
up.
to Earth.
It looks like a little shriveled up Royce.
Bro, what is going on?
No, just
we're
go
all
with
tired,
it.
Royce. We're all tired. We're
all
old.
fading.
We're all old,
Not
man.
me.
We're tired.
Not me. I'm here for the party. I want to see.
I'm here for the party.
I want to listen to Shakira's.
Oh, please God.
And I don't know if you guys
Find
want to hang
her.
around for
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I'm
when
kind
does
of
that
interested
happen?
because they're already given the Senator Alyssa Slotkin is delivering one Democrat response. I'm anxious to hear Bonkiki.
I want to see like Shanae get after it.
And yeah, I want to.
Wait, that's Bonqueequee?
No, that's not Wanda.
Oh.
No, you'll know Wanda. You'll know.
Wanda
You'll know
Maximoff?
exactly. You'll know exactly what I'm talking. Just for the chat, Google Wanda from In Living Color. Just wait and wait for it.
I mostly want to know what kind of sound system and microphone that Brandon is using because his sound is crisp. Todd,
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
could you get
Appreciate
some
that.
bullet points from him
Yeah, he
on
needs to get
just
rid
a
of
shopping
he needs to
list?
Get rid of that road mic. Get you a Shure.
Yeah, no more garage
If
band.
only,
Todd.
if only I knew a sure rep.
We got you. That's what this is. A sure mic, dude.
He said, "No more garage band."
Now I'm with you though, Todd. I wanted to hear something at least about Epstein. I think Trump's got to take point on this a little bit more. I think he's just going to have to from what happened before. And the other thing too, I would like to hear more conversation as well about some of the foreign aid going to Israel. But those are just the only two things I'd really like to have heard more about.
I would like to hear more about the foreign aid going to Israel. I'm America first, 100%. I believe in our interest, our allies, all those things. You've heard me say over and over again, I don't trust in the governments of men. That includes ours and Israel's. Don't trust Israel at all in regards to that. Don't care who hates me for that. I can argue it. But
Chad, I was gonna say, I mean, I can see where you guys are coming from with the Epstein list not coming out and whatnot, but I'm kind of happy he didn't bring that up because there's a lot of negativity with Bondi and Cash going back and forth. He kept it mainly in all the families and all the good that he's doing with our country right now. And I'm glad he kept it positive that way. Like I said, he was very presidential, and I like the way his speech came across and how he stuck on point, and he, like I said, he got his own zingers in here and there. But I think he did a great job today.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more with you, Tony. And even on the Epstein thing, and that was the point I wanted to make. I think that's a protective device for his Attorney General Pam Bondi. I don't think he wants more attention brought on, because if he's going to talk about that, then by the very nature of how people are going to respond, they're going to grasp that, and that's going to be like Velcro. They're going to want to talk about that. They're going to start asking and demanding. So it would have led to a lot more probably disappointment and disapproval. So I think he was smart in that.
Exactly. Yep.
My focus has shifted at this point. Like I am not, after hearing all of this for the past 40 some odd days that's going on right now, I'm not America first anymore. I'm sorry, folks. I'm America only. Until we get this ship righted and we figure this the freaking heck out, what it is we're doing, I'm America only. Take care of yourself, because we understand the world is weak when America is weak.
That's right.
All right, and right now we're pitiful. Like, we're giving money to a 360-year-old. We're giving money to Methuselah.
Listen, if America doesn't lead, somebody is going to.
Yeah.
Period.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm America
Nature hates
only.
a vacuum. Nature hates a vacuum, and it's something we'll rush to fill it. There's no doubt about it, Brandon. Yeah, I agree with you on that. This was a good speech. I thought this was a presidential speech. I mean, had a little bit of the Trump hyperbole, a little bit of the Trump braggadocio. It had a little bit of the Trump comedy in there. I mean, his timing is impeccable on all of that. There were certainly some talking points that everybody's going to be talking about for tomorrow. But I thought this was a good presidential speech. I mean, he did, even in his humor, reached across the aisle and said, listen, I want you guys to be okay with this. And the telling fact at the very beginning of this speech, when he said, America is back, and not a single Democrat applauded that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Well, I like that you said that he was reaching across the aisle even with his humor, because that's exactly what it was. It's almost trying to like coax them into agreeing with him, even though knowing they weren't going to. But that's that sort of like encouragement you might give a friend when you know they're being ridiculous. It wasn't malicious, right?
Right.
Not, so I agree with you, Chad.
It was just playful jabs.
I don't know. He kind of pimp slapped Elizabeth Warren.
He did pimp slap Elizabeth Warren.
He
dude.
pimp
She
slapped
got her
Elizabeth
clapping,
Warren.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
I've got
Pocahontas clapping.
We all have friends, old friends, whatever, that suddenly decide that they disagree, and they decide one day they disagree with us. But you've known them for 30 years. You can still pick at them. Don't forget that everybody on the left side of the aisle used to love Donald Trump. They loved him. He was a Democrat.
Man, didn't he get like a NAACP? He got an NAACP award from Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton was giving him props, man.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember that Donald Trump almost single-handedly funded Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign years ago?
I didn't know.
Yep.
I remember that. Yep.
Look it up. It's a fact.
I also want to give kudos to Speaker Johnson for shutting that ish down.
Al
at the
Green of
beginning.
Texas.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you can see it in real time. You can see in real time. You see what they're doing to RFK. The Kennedy name should be, hand in hand with the Democratic Party there, and you see what they're doing to him. They're literally destroying him because he went with Trump.
Yeah.
Check out the new single released today, "But God," the Mullins sisters. Check it out. Shaq B said, I will check that out. "But God," the Mullins sisters. I like it. Check it out. New single.
Hey,
are we waiting on what's her name?
Royce, while we're waiting, why don't we pop some of these super questions out? Because I would hate for this to be missed.
Royce,
I don't know where. I don't know.
I can click them. I can click them. I know where we're at.
Okay,
Royce.
I don't know where we left off. Yeah.
I got it right here.
Hey, by the way, we have not built a show for tomorrow, boys, so it's going to be a late night for me.
Yeah.
Oh, no disclosure tomorrow? Sad face.
Yeah.
We can also just have fun tomorrow, free fun.
Yeah, let's go off the dome tomorrow.
I love it.
Just put a big question mark on the thumbnail.
The new Iron Dome, right?
The new Iron Dome. From James Shane. Shout out to DA.
Shout out to you, James.
I love you, buddy.
Hi.
So,
John
do we
Henry.
have a line of sight to if she does give a response to that? Like, I did not know that Slotkin was going to do a rebuttal. If we had known that,
I'm not seeing anything. It's still on Slotkin.
okay,
So-
well, we'll hang for a minute and we'll see what's up. I don't understand. I've never seen a multiple rebuttal on this, so
Yeah.
maybe we were led astray.
Yeah, John Henry Jr. just sending some love to all of you been watching Chad and Graham since the beginning. Thanks for the truth you speak. Sorry, Meg, but you got to deal with Hot Tub Ryan now. Todd changed his time.
Booyah.
Boom,
Come on.
Boom shakalaka. Jody Hart, with English being the first language, does that mean anyone who literally does not speak English has to learn? Also, can we be denied a job if we're not bilingual?
No, and let me talk to that, because the beauty of that is just saying, okay, English is the official language. It's just like in Germany, German is the official language, but I guarantee you most Germans can speak about six or seven languages.
oh yeah.
That's just
Sorry.
the deal.
English is
It's
one of
not.
them.
You're not penalized for it. We're just recognizing. So there's no penalizing. There's recognizing. You're going to expect that official documents, are going to be written in English. You don't, out of the niceness of private independent contractors and companies, you can press ocho for. Can we go over to Newsmax? I think Byron Donalds is going to give a.
Also, AOC is live on Instagram.
Oh, she's
Oh gosh.
Unless she's cooking up old
From the
fashions,
bar?
I ain't interested.
Right.
got
Megan,
him.
you wanna give me
Never
a
mind.
nightmare? Is that
That's
what
not
you're
an
saying?
address. He's just being interviewed on Newsmax. Never mind.
All
I
right.
like Byron Donalds a lot.
Raptor Jesus Pool, kick those men out.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Ball Amanda, never been more proud to be an American.
Me and
That's
you
right.
both, sister.
Yeah. From Joey to Barbara. Tell him, Megs.
Tell him, Megs. Tell him with both lips.
Tell him.
I don't think
Both
this chick is
lips.
speaking. AP has now gone to their own programming. Fox has gone to their own programming.
Well, this
So
is
you
the
mean
last
they
one
fired
anyway.
the DEI hire?
I think they had the sub fill in.
That Trump effect.
Are you
Yep.
telling me? I mean, Trump spilled over. He spilled over to the Democrats that they fired the DEI hire. Wow.
Nice. Last one, Cody Highlander. To me, their attitude was completely disrespectful and absurd. Trump should show. I'm thinking that showed his heart. I think with all he touched on tonight. Al Green, I'm glad his behind got walked out. Thank God. And FYI, he's already drawn up articles of impeachment for being kicked out. So
Oh my goodness.
Wah.
Texas produces some really crappy Congress people. Jasmine Crockett, Al Green,
Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw.
Eye Patch McCain.
They really do produce some crappy Congress people.
McCain.
You think I should run against Dan Crenshaw? There's a lot of people want me to do it. I live in his district. A lot of people
no,
want me to.
I don't think you should.
No.
I'm not going to. I'm pushing my state representative.
gonna
I talked to. I was at it. CJ's party. She turned. I'm not going to say how old on Friday. Our representative Steve Toth came to the party. He said, "Are you going to run?" I said, "No, sir. You're going to run." He goes, "No, you're going to run." I said, "I'm not going to arm wrestle with you. You're going to run, and we're going to help you get elected." So Steve Toth is going to be the guy. He's going to be the guy, and Ken
Good.
Paxton is going to be the guy that primaries John Cornyn. So we're going to get this thing done here in Texas.
And you can just shout out to Sheriff Chad Bianco in Riverside County in California.
Yes.
He's going to be running for governor of California.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
having him on the live fire this Friday to talk about it. So
Good. I
don't miss
texted
that.
him. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are having him on. I texted him the other day. He's an outsider in terms of he's a long shot in terms of the racehorse. Shanahan, who of course was supposed to be RFK's VP, is sort of that
missed
front
one?
runner in that deal. But I think the sheriff is a good choice.
Oh, yeah. Excited to talk to him for sure.
Good. He's a good guy. Swilcock said that wasn't the last one.
Yeah, that I don't see any
Somebody-
more.
That was
Somebody one-ups Wilcox.
AP is now just showing a shot of the White House. I don't think this chick is coming out.
I don't think so. My man Skip in Oregon says, love you all. God bless for hanging tonight. Skip and I had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago to hang out over there in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Good dude. Hung out with him and
That's a
his
great
wife,
area.
man. It's like catching up with old friends. I loved it. That's what the Dear American family is all about, folks. Being able to just we get to know you guys, and you get to know us, and it's a beautiful thing. It's kind of like sitting around the living room and just chewing the fat a little bit. And We miss Graham every day. I love Graham. He bought me a great dinner the other night at Landini Brothers. We had Graham and I had the same thing. He had a double order. I had a single order. We had the fettuccine Alfredo with the blackened chicken. And, of course, Graham, the guy that lost 65 pounds in the last year and a half, he had the double order. Shut up, Graham.
Oh, there's a super chat in
Oh,
here.
there we go. Alicia Victoria. Brandon BF would like to know, are you a Cardinals fan or you just like the hat?
Oh, I love the Redbirds. This is a real fandom right here, man. Absolutely.
Okay.
Arches.
I've never met a true
Busch
St.
Stadium.
Louis fan.
Let's go, man.
Ooh, Brandon, I'm sorry, dude.
all good.
I'm a Dodger fan.
That's okay. Not everybody's perfect, man.
I've never met a true Dodger
I used to like the
fan
Cardinals
either.
when Ozzie Smith and all them. Remember back?
Oh,
in the day?
man,
Yeah,
dude, the
Backflips,
Wizard of Oz,
absolutely.
dude, the
You're
Wizard of
kidding me.
Oz, greatest shortstop in history.
Dude, he was like one of the
Absolutely.
most aggressive.
You remember when
skinny
Jose,
dude
you
I've ever
remember
seen
when
in my
Will Clark was playing first base for the Giants and he slid in and took out Jose Akendo,
Yeah.
and then he and Ozzie
Yep.
Smith went after Will Clark.
Yep.
That was
remember that.
fantastic, man. I
Dude,
loved
that-
Will Clark. Will Clark was my hero. I got to go dove hunting with
Will Clark was your hero?
He was. dude.
Will Clark is the biggest peckerwood on the planet.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you, Will Clark and I went dove hunting down in Argentina, and he asked the guy, he said, what's the record? The guy said 1,700 birds. He said, we're going to break that record today. Later on that night, I'm going to say this out loud, all of us were taking a shower together.
How about
It was a
that?
big
Sounds like
shower. It's a
DMT.
big shower room.
Okay.
And
you can
Will
stop
Clark,
right there, Chad. I don't need to know anymore.
Will Clark had a giant black bruise on the
Oh.
hip
I
of
thought you were
his
going to say
left.
something else.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I
Too.
know you did. I know how to tell a story. I know how to keep people hanging on that. I know how to keep
Hanging,
people
huh?
dangling. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, keeping it low.
He had a giant black bruise on his right hip, and I said, "What in the world happened to you?" And he goes, "That's a Randy Johnson fastball right there."
Well,
Dude,
let me
it
just
hit-
tell you,
it
when-
hurts getting hit with a.
When he played for Mississippi
Ball.
State, he was the biggest ass hat on the team.
I know that. I play golf regularly with Rafael Palmeiro. So
Of
that
course
while,
you do.
While
Jesus
Will Clark,
Christ.
batted number 3, Rafael Palmeiro with Mississippi State batted 4th. He batted cleanup. They were thunder and lightning, and they hate each other's guts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Chad. I swear to God, I could just start reading from Corinthians, and he's like, "Yeah, I talked to Paul yesterday. He's an awesome guy."
I didn't talk to Paul, but I talked to
You know what I'm saying? He's like- matter of fact, I knew him. I knew him as Saul. I knew him as Saul.
I knew him before he got on that horse. You know what I'm saying? Before he saw
He
Jesus.
autographed my Bible.
That is
Palmeiro
hilarious.
came to my house.
R.S. Turner said that's what you call TST, together shower time. You know, let me show you my Bible right over here is signed by Saul.
Signed by Jesus, but you know.
There it
I
is,
got,
dude.
Yep.
yeah, I got some of the blood of the martyrs on this
So
thing.
don't worry, Chad paid his way to heaven and then back. It's fine.
I didn't.
Todd.
Listen, I'm old. I remember
Todd,
back
Chad's
before
a
the
one-upper.
internet.
He's like
I
one up in
remember.
everything.
Oh yeah.
I'm the only person amongst us besides Party Foul that can remember prior to the internet.
Whoa! No,
I
that's
remember.
not. No, that's
Come on
not
now.
true.
I remember.
That's not true.
That's right.
Don't even start with me, you children.
Chad,
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 you're
I'm-
Chad,
I'm-
you're
I'm-
50, right? Chad, you're 50, right?
52.
Chad's just mad that not all of us have to get prostate.
Hey, can I
exams
stop
yet.
right
Yeah.
quick? Can I stop right?
Chad's
Let me
just
stop
mad we haven't
everybody.
had colonoscopies yet.
So I didn't see this image. Fox News now is showing Nancy Pelosi with her pink mask on her face
No.
that
no
matches her
way.
pink blazer.
I'll find it.
Here we
This is
go.
what we get.
I'm gonna need a pink me up after this.
Yeah, for
A
real.
pink me up.
Tell
I'm gonna go drink
CJ
some Pepto Bismol.
yeah,
You know what I love?
Abysmal.
from Cajun Last. Tell CJ happy birthday
There it
from the Denise from the Biloxi show 2 years ago. Love you guys.
Girl, let me tell you about Denise. So Denise had a one too many. We were in Biloxi, and Denise went to the bathroom and came back and decided she saw me on stage, and there were stairs right in front of the stage, and she turned around, saw me, and she just walked right up on stage, and while I was on the microphone, and we just had a good conversation in front of 500 people. It was a good time. I love you, Denise.
Good show, guys.
Good show. All right.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. It was a good time.
It's a long
Brandon,
one, 3 hours long, man.
Brandon,
Yeah.
welcome anytime. Guys, I will just say before I turn this back over to Maggie Moo, this is her show. Join us tomorrow morning for the Dear America show. Say some prayers for Graham while he's in D.C. Keep praying for Tony. I don't care if he is in the room. Pray for Tony. He's dealing with a lot of stuff, and
I
even more that
appreciate
he
it.
hasn't
Thank
even told you. And God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate these people that are in this group right here more than anybody can know. And I'm thankful to be a part of the Dear America family. So that's all
So
I gotta
much.
say.
Thank
As
you.
Todd says, ditto.
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 It's only 2 hours past my bedtime.
Yeah. Don't worry. Latifah's doing her thing tomorrow, apparently.
Oh,
okay.
she's gotta
that's
close
Love you
the
too,
dots.
Skip.
And can I say that when Party Foul Steve walked into my house earlier, because he's in the other room in the other little studio, when he walked into my house, he said, "I brought my spend the night clothes."
Spend a
Spend a
night.
night. Spend a night clothes.
I hope you brought a toothbrush.
Party Foul Steve, I think we need to go over to Blend.
Spend a night bag.
We need to go over to Blend.
Yeah, my wife already called that. She said, when y'all get through, you know you're going to go smoke a cigar.
I don't know what time they close, but I tell you what, I got some good ones on the humidor, even if we do it right here.
Oh, man, I hope we get to
door.
smoke one with
This
you
is-
one day, Chad.
I might as well
I love
stay up.
cigars.
Come on, let's
I
go.
love the smell.
All right, I'm
Me
done
too.
talking.
I don't
Okay.
even smoke, but
Well,
I
guys,
love the
thank you
weed.
for letting me take over tonight.
Girl.
Thank you for letting me sit
You
in.
ran a good show.
Thank you. And like Chad said, guys, please tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time for Dear America, as well as all of our other shows that happen throughout the day. We've got Chad at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. We've got Hot Seat Todd at 3, 4, and me at 7:30, 8:30. And Brandon, tell them where they can find you, my friend.
Yeah, you can find us on the Check Fire tomorrow night. It would be 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then you can find us on Friday for the Live Fire, same time. Like I said, Chad Bianco will be there, have a conversation with him. We're all also going to have Katarina Schultz back on the show. Todd, I know you know who
Yeah,
that is.
she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She's a cartel journalist down there in Mexico, like actually
she's
down
awesome.
there, getting it with them. She is awesome. She's coming on. We're going to talk about those cartel bosses that got turned over and then just kind of get an update on everything else that goes on there. So we'll have her in here all the time, but that you can find us. Check Fire tomorrow night, Live Fire on Friday.
Yeah, from to answer this question before we go, Will Cox, if you go to my description on any of my shows, I've got one link. I got one link for everything you need for the Dear America Network. It has everybody's shows, everybody's times, everything.
Where do you find the link?
In any of the descriptions on my channel.
Oh, so all your bios.
Yeah, all my bios. It's
So
my
like
link tree.
Instagram bio,
Yeah,
all of
I've
that.
got everybody's merch. Everybody's show is a
You're
link
a
to
good
everything
human.
Dear America for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say Striker J in the chat says beware of her F-bombs. She does have a little bit of foul language, guys, but I'm going to tell you right now, don't throw the baby out with the bad water.
You know what?
Bath water.
Let her-
The
let her
info
say
is
'em.
so good, man.
Yeah.
She's
Let her
awesome.
say
She
'em.
really is. She's got a great Substack, too, if you want to get more in the weeds
Yeah.
with some of that.
I always tell people God ain't near as offended as you are. So
Big facts.
Just let's have it. You know what? Somebody says I don't want to interrupt if somebody else has something else to say, but before we get out of here, somebody did recommend that we pray. I'm in agreement with that.
Always a good idea.
Anybody had anything else that we need to say?
Good, Chad.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
Well, let me pray for us. Megan, do you mind?
Not at all.
Lord, save Megan. Father, we thank you for the blessings that we have. We thank you for our country, our freedom, our nation, our liberty. We thank you for the prosperity. We pray that you would extend our, just lengthen our tent stakes, Lord, and let the prosperity pour out upon this nation. Let the guiding providential hand of God direct our future, order our steps. Bless everyone that has listened. Bless everyone that has participated. Bless everyone that's a part of this show. Lord, we pray for Tony. We pray for Graham. We ask you to bless each person within the sound of my voice right now. And Lord, go before us. Give us just a beautiful night's rest. And Father, let us find, as your word says, you give rest to those whom you love. Father, we seek that in you tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Party
Donald
Foul
Trump's
has an
hair,
epic
man.
head of hair.
Look at that hair, wispy.
That's after cutting
It's like
about
Samson.
9 inches off of it.
I was standing
9
there.
inches.
I stood there for like 15 minutes next to the presidential desk there in the Oval Office because he was like holding me there. I was like standing there waiting, and J.D. Vance was right next to me. I was like I was in the middle. I was like a rose between thorns, and I was looking down at his head while he was sitting there at the desk, and I was looking at how thin his hair is, like I could see his scalp, and I was counting his hairs like the Lord.
Which office was that again?
The Oval.
Where's that at?
You were in the Oval Office, Chad? Wow. Really?
Well,
Oval.
You know why they call it that? Because it's round.
Is it round or is it oval like a football?
No, it's round. It's round. And you know what's crazy about the Oval Office is like you look out the window and it's literally the grounds like right there. And I was looking at the glass. I was like, surely that's like bulletproof or whatever.
It's like 8 inches thick or something.
It wasn't thick, which is what she said.
I think everybody's a little bit tired.
You just
right now.
prayed.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
prayed.
I think we're all a little bit tired right now.
Yeah, we should.
Chad, I don't know why.
We got to
Chad.
talk about that.
Jeez.
We got to talk about that prayer real quick. I need to know what.
Chad, I don't know why, but I knew that was coming out of your mouth.
It is. You know, you can't listen. I will be in Springfield, Missouri. 3 nights, 5 shows. We're kicking off our Right Side of Comedy in week after next, the 20th, 21st, 23rd. It is the Gulf of America tour. Me and Jesse Payton. If you come to that, expect to be offended. That's what we do in comedy. Someone said that Trump isn't a Christian, but let me tell you the thing about that. That ain't yours to judge. That ain't mine to judge. But I'll tell you what, as a Christian, I know that Donald Trump, beyond all other opportunities on the left, provide me with the most opportunity to express my Christianity and to freely practice that. So for me, that's enough. Come on.
Amen.
I love you guys. We're getting out of here. Look at those numbers plummet.
Yeah,
I blame
hallelujah.
Royce. I blame
Hallelujah
Royce.
and good night.
Yes.
Right. Royce.
God bless America.
I'm good. Appreciate everybody coming
play
on.
us a little song here. Get
Stay
us out
free.
Of here. I love you.
Play us
God
a little
bless.
song. Well, I need someone to
play a
sign
little
out.
Fairy
By
tale.
Jack and Diane.
I don't have a ditty to
Love
play.
y'all. God bless. Bye.
Bye.